What's up, guys? Welcome to your 95th Android tutorial for the new Boston. Again with me, Travis. And what we're going to do in this tutorial, or in the next few tutorials, is we're going to work with some data. Saving data to the phone, saving data privately so no one else can access that data, publicly on the SD card, and just some primitives that we can save as well. So I'm going to show you different ways that you can save and how to do that. We're going to get into a little bit more depth than what we have worked with previously. And as you can see, I've set up an XML layout called SharedPreferences, and also a class called SharedPrefs. So this is just the XML file here where we have an edit text, a save button, a load button, and then just a text view down here. And what I've done is I've created this class again called SharedPrefs, and we have two variables we want to use throughout all of our class. So we define them above again, our edit text and our text view, called mine shared data and data results. Then within the onCreate method, I just said set up to our XML file, and also I created this method called setUpVariables, which is right here, which just again adds those references from our XML file. And then I set our save and our load button to have an on-click listener, which is this. So we again implemented on-click listener and did a switching case to set that up. So hopefully you shouldn't be confused with that, because we've done this numerous of times. So again, I was just trying to save some time for you and not type that out. Hopefully you guys, if you guys have been following the series, you should probably be able to do that easily by now in your sleep. So let's get into it. As you can see, this type of data is called SharedPreferences. That's the way we're going to save our data and receive our data. And we've used SharedPreferences before when we had our preferences class, where we turn off the music for a splash activity, just stuff like that. But we're going to go into a little bit more depth. And just to clarify, the SharedPreferences is a way to store private primitive data in like a key value pair, and that was the definition off the Android developer page. So it's basically we're using key and value pairs to save data, and we can just save like strings, stuff simply like that, booleans, different types of variables for the most part. So what we're going to do within our onCreate or our onClick method for our save is we're going to get our edit text and read the text and convert it into a string as always. So we're going to say string, and then we're just going to call this like string data, something like that. And again, we just use our edit text, which we called shared data dot get text, and then to string. So again, nothing new there. And what we've done is we've set up a string variable, and this is the kind of variable that we want to save. And when we're working with this shared preferences type of saving, we need to have some kind of file name. So what we're going to do is we're going to create that file name above our classes right here with our edit text and our text view, and it's going to be a string. So we're going to say string, and we're just going to say prefs, or we're going to say our file name, something like that. And we're just going to set this equal to my data, or my string data, my shared string, something like that, my shared string. And we don't want this file name to change, so what we're going to say is we're going to say static. And basically what static means is it's like, hey, don't try and change this, you jerk. Just keep it the same and everything's going to be cool. So basically this file name will never change. Basically, what's that saying? Or it can't change. And what we're going to say is we're also going to say public, so other activities can access this file name if we need to. So there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to use the SharedPreferences to save this string that we created down here within our onClick. of our save button. So we convert it into a string, and then all we have to do is we got to create a shared preferences basically object where we're going to save the stuff. So we're going to do that within our onCreate method as well. And again, we're going to say shared preferences, and we're going to say shared string, or no, yeah, we're just going to say some data, something like that. And again, we have to import this, and what we're going to do is we're going to say get shared preferences, and then what kind of we're going to access our file name, so we're going to just say file name and then comma and 0. So let's check out what this get shared preferences is, and it basically says retrieves and hold the content of a preference file name, returning let's just get down to the second parameter. So let's just get down to the mode. So basically what the mode says is it's kind of the way that we want to be able to write this. So use 0 or mode private for the default operation, which is what we're going to do. But you can also do mode world readable, so the world can read, and writable to control permissions, and you know, some other options that you can use for that second parameter. But now what we've done is we've set up the shared preferences, and what we're going to do actually is also define this above. So we're just going to copy and paste this above our class, or above our onCreate method, and then we're going to define it down here, some data. And now all we have to do is we can basically use an editor to edit what this file name has within it, because right now it's just loading this file name, which the first time we run this application it's going to have nothing. So we're loading the file name, and now we want to be able to edit it within our save